Okay, so I'm back upstairs. I used a rag and hot water and vinegar, and I dumped all the old water out, cleaned the inside and the outside, and rinsed it like 5 or 6 times. You really want to get it rinsed really well. So now it looks beautiful and clean all over again. And I like to just kind of arrange the bottom before I stick it in to make sure that the decorative parts that I want to see are on the outside, like the shell and the crystal. And people have asked if I've done anything special with my rocks. No, I've just washed them and let them sit in water for a while before I add any ingredient. Kind of like with an aquarium. You just want to make sure that you're not putting it in water that's not, or not putting your plants in with something that could damage. But these crystals and rocks have done a really good job. And also it's really nice because they make like a fun centerpiece, conversation piece when people are over. They're like, what is in there? And then you can talk about the rocks too. So that's always an added bonus. Okay, so next I'm going to put the Marimo balls back in. And something really fun about that is some of them, most of them will start out floating. And by tomorrow, they will be, most of them will be on the ground. And that's because, of course, the air inside, see, some of them will go down right away. Probably that broken one will hit the bottom first, if I had to guess. They also really don't mind being handled like this, because if you think about their natural habitat, lakes or rivers, they're going to get rolled around with the river and the current. So motion for them is not a terrible thing. I'm going to put the big ones down first and then the little ones. Plop all of them in there. It's kind of fun. It's a good sensory practice too. Okay, so they're all floating, which is fine. I'm going to let them kind of make their way down. I'm going to push them down just a little bit, see which ones go ahead and go down. And then I'm very gently going to take my monstera cutting. Oh, before I do that, I wanted to say this. So here's the Sansevieria cutting that has been rooting in water with a Marimo ball. I haven't changed the water. You can see it's a little bit mucky. Look at how beautiful it's doing though. Such beautiful roots. So this water I change out about once, really ideally about once every 2 weeks. I don't think you need to do it too much more than that. I just make sure that the roots are all covered in water. And again, I keep it out of direct sunlight. This is just to show you what it looks like with a Marimo ball. And that's just pea gravel that I rinsed really, really well. So that also sits on the dining room table, which is really fun. And I'll clean that out after this video. So I'm going to go ahead and put the monstera cuttings back in. Wanted to make sure that they were somewhat more clean. I was a little worried about the black kind of spots and mold, but I think probably it's okay. It's just the longest I've gone without changing the water. It was probably 3 weeks without changing the water. I just had topped the water off a few times. It was a busy time with the plant swap and getting my stuff over into Pinky PDX. So here's the trick. We're going to be really gentle. The roots are, of course, malleable, but they will break. And if they do, ooh, look, I have a new aerial root starting right here. See that right there? That means a new big one's going to come out. There we go. Kind of push those Marimo down just a little bit, but not too much. And I like to make sure that it's not jabbing any of them either, so it doesn't create a hole, which I think might have happened way back when to that other one. And then I'll go ahead and place the other one back in and put it back on the dining room table. And that is a happy living centerpiece that I will probably top off next week, so because the water will slowly evaporate. I'll top that off in about a week, and then in about a week after that I'll go ahead and do this process over again. But really, as far as maintenance, it's a quick 10-minute job, so it's very worth having, I think, because they are pretty fascinating. So hope you guys enjoyed. I will also get to the string of parts video that I've been promising for so long, probably next week.